Hey, what's up guys? Chase with iDub Hockey here in San Diego with Jared from Warrior to talk about your new QR Edge line. Now we have a big change in the taper. We'll get into that in a second. But maybe for someone that has never used a Covert, what style player would you say this is geared for?
So this stick is certainly geared more towards the forwards, wingers, play fast, in tight, need to get the quick shot off. Don't have a lot of time picking up pucks around the nets, getting them shot up at the corners, in tight, that type of stuff.
Just trying to get the puck off literally as quick as possible.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about your new taper. A big change from what we've seen in the Covert line for so many years. What was the inspiration behind it? And you know, what are the new advantages that this offers?
So the Edge taper has its basis in the older Covert dagger tapers, which you mentioned, the QR and QRL, and going back even to the Widow. But one thing we wanted to do is we wanted to take some of the advantages that we've seen in the QX line, which was in stability through the shot, and put them into this new super low kick taper. So we've created the Edge, which gives these ridges on the sides of the taper, which create that stability through the shot. So it maintains the super low kick point, but as you're coming through the shot, there's less rotation of the blade to keep the force and energy moving forward.
Because you'd mentioned earlier that some players, when they're really trying to get that puck off in a hurry, could at times overpower that taper.
Sure.
So this is something that is really geared towards keeping that that taper as not stiff but torsionally
centered and stable.
Right.
Basically through the shot. Like, it's not saying that it's the player's fault, or there's just circumstances in the game that happen. You catch a bad pass, or the puck isn't exactly where you need it when you pick it up to shoot it. But when you're coming down on the stick and you're trying to load the bottom section to get that quick release, it's not always an optimal situation. So the Edge taper really gives an assist to the player and keeps the energy moving forward.
And so we're hitting on stability for this new design. What about the release? Has that changed as far as the speed of release from what we've seen in the dagger taper?
Yeah, no, so that's one of the main focuses when we were developing this stick, is we wanted to make sure we kept the super low kick point, even though we were fixing some of the problems with twist. And in doing so, we actually created a faster release, a quicker release than we had before. So I think we were already leading the industry in that, and we have an improvement over the QRL and quick release of about 10 to 15%.
Geez, so more stable, more accurate, and quicker releasing this year.
That's right.
All right, so we see a Minimus 1200 carbon fiber and then a slight change to the construction process. What was the inspiration behind that, and you know, how is that kind of adapted into this new line of Covert?
Sure. Also trickled down, or trickle across, I suppose, from the QX line is the low co-molded construction, which gives us the ability to add that phantom feel to the Covert line that is part of the QX line. Better balance, lighter weight, a little bit. The construction lends itself more towards the faster, quicker game. We also have the ability in this stick with the Minimus carbon improvements to decrease the weight over the Covert QRL line and over the Alpha itself. So although the construction styles are very similar, the QRE is about 15 grams lighter than the QX.
And are these technologies, or is this new process and material something that we see trickle down throughout the rest of the line?
Absolutely, throughout the whole line, from the QRE all the way down to the QRE5, the sticks maintain all the key features, the most important of which is the Edge taper, the phantom feel, the quick release. All of that goes throughout the line. So no matter what price point a customer is buying, they're going to get the key benefits of the QRE line.
And then so going into the new season, we're currently watching the playoffs right now, but at the end of the season, can you name a couple pros that were already hopping over into the QRE?
Leon Draisaitl was using it. We had quite a few guys in the NHL make the switch over just because of the balance, the feel, and the improved release. So you get guys like Nicky Backstrom, I mentioned Dreisaitl. There's a couple other guys that we have on our list to try and target for next year to move over, but it is a very new technology for us, so look to see more of the QRE in the NHL at the start of next season.
Sounds good. Well, hey, thanks for having us down here and filling us in. And then for you at home, though, check out more of these QRE Edge sticks. Make sure you go to inlineicewarehouse.com.